a lot of people wonder why progressives will never win. And they say, look, we fight the good fight, we got the right message, we got the positive forward message, but we're not getting anywhere. Progressives do great in deep blue areas. The only ones that battle are blue. Who has the better idea? Who has the better favorable agenda for the people? All right. That's pretty much it in the blue areas. In the red areas, it's, well, you've got Republicans that we are for Trump, and that's it. And anyone that's like Trump. If you're a Republican and you love Trump, then we like you. But if you're Trump, we love you. Then you've got those that's like, look, you've exposed what we're doing. You're blowhard, and we are for the regular, quiet Republicans, not you who've turned it into just all about Trump and not about the Republicans. So why can't progressives win in these types of climates? Because I'm going to be straight up. The Republicans are just racist. Does that mean every Republican is racist? In all honesty, if you side with them, yeah, you are. Because that's the party. Republicans are racist. Yes, for those of you who are like the Democrats, they're the ones that, instituted the KKK and all this. Yes, the Democrats originally did do that. And then there was the party switch where the racists on the Democrats went to the Republican side, and then the forward-thinking Republicans went to the Democrat side. That's what happened. So, by and large, racist. Republicans are racist. Democrats are quiet racists. Or not. Or for minorities. That's where Democrats come in. Racist, apathetic, or for minorities. Not necessarily at all against white people because they already got their thing, but they are for progress. But why can't the progressives win? Because the progressives aren't in this fight. Republicans are just straight up capitalist, racist assholes. That's it. It's all about them. They have no empathy, no sympathy, nothing. And that's for themselves. Imagine how they truly feel about minorities. You get to hear it every day. They don't want the Mexicans or anyone from Brazil coming up here. Every time there's a big stink, they bring up the caravans. They bring up, and then when that's not enough, they'll say people from the Middle East. And when that ain't enough, they pull out China. Yeah. If it ain't white and Republican, they ain't for it. And their infighting ends when it's the chance for the Democrats to do anything. Republicans will stop fighting and side with each other in unison, in mass, without fail, without question, just to stick it to any Democrat. Okay. So progressives aren't in the Republican Party, so what's the point? Okay, here we go. The Democrat side. There are very few progressives on the Democrat side. Y'all gonna dislike this, but hey, I get to say what I want because I don't get the views. I don't get anything, so haha. People like AOC, they came out progressive. They was all progressive. They got in, and it's supposed to be a small takeover, but they didn't do anything progressive. They didn't. You can write all the bills you want, but if they don't pass, it's wasted material. Them trees could have been saved. That's how that is. They got told, you want some stake in this, you need to shut up, do as you're told, and play ball. And they did. Unapologetic progressives are rare now. So the Democrats in general are not like the Republicans. The Republicans want to take it back to a time where the Negro knew his place. That's where the Republicans want to take it. The Democrats, the voters, they want to stop that. In general, bar none, Democrats want to stop that. Like, no, we don't want to take it back. They say, great, let's take it forward. They're like, no, we're not for that either. We're in harm reduction, but nothing forward. That's it. We aren't trying to take it to the future. We just don't want it to go to the past. And that's what Democrats are. We don't want the future. We just don't want to go to the past. Progressives say we need a future and a positive future. And the Democrats are like, there's no money in for a future. If there was money in for a future, we would be all on the floor against climate change and how to, mitigate this thing. They're not. That's not them. That's not where they are. Progressives are literally on the outside looking in with wishful thinking, and that's it. I'm a progressive. I want good things. I want to tell you how to get good things and do good things and do it in a tangible, simplistic way. But nobody wants to hear that, because it's better to complain and yell in the air than it is to put feet on the ground and get something done. I vote progressive. I vote as progressive as I can. Everyone else is against that. There's not many people that wants to vote progressive. They'll vote for progressive if they know that Democrat that they're going against is showing a little bit too much red. That's when they'll vote for the progressive. But other than that, they go to the ballot, they say, hey, Democrat, cool. Who's this other Democrat? I don't know. Never heard of them. They're not all in the limelight. They're not popular. So I'm going to vote for this other one. And then you vote for basically a 1980s Republican. Or at least, a 1990s Republican. That's what you're voting for with modern Democrats. Progressives aren't that. Progressives want a positive future, a positive now, honestly. Progressives wanted a positive 20 years ago. So when you go vote, you got to make sure you're voting for somebody that wants a future and not just, we want to keep it where it is right now. Because that's what Democrats are all about. Let's keep it where it is. We don't want to go back, but we don't want to go forward either. Just right where it is. And if we do anything good, it'll be incremental. Nothing to push change, because change is radical. We don't want radical. We don't want the Republicans to be correct. We aren't the radical left. We just want to be right, okay. And Republicans are like, no, let's take it back to 1950, 1940. And if we can, let's start a civil war. Let's do that. Come on, let's do it. We don't like the Negro. We don't like the Mexicans. We don't like anyone that's south of the United States. And we don't like Canada either. We don't like anyone overseas. Republicans just don't like anybody. Just don't. Democrats are pretty much the quiet version of that. And they'll say, look, we can see the benefit of working with people, outside of the U.S. So let's kind of, do that. Republicans is like, nope, not going to do it. Never going to do it. That's what the base is. That's what the voters are saying. But they don't realize that the ones that they are voting in is screwing everything up for them. We vote for this Republican to be in office, and that Republican gets in and say, yep, screw your job, screw your pay, screw any health benefits, mental health, or anything like that. Just shut up and feed us. Like those Republicans that took food away from the starving children so they could have more money for them and food for them. So those that have no money can't get food, and those with all the money can get all the food. That's what they did. The whole, hey, 2 black people got kicked out of a gun protest, gun reform protest, and the white lady got to stay. But Democrats, by and large, not showing up. Progressives spoke out about it. Democrats didn't say anything because, see, gun reform is change. It's change. You can't have that. The Republicans don't want you to have that, so don't talk about it. You know, that's about it. So that's why progressives can't win. There's no money in saving the planet. There's no money in saving the future. There's no money in making life better for you or your children. This is a capitalist society. Everything you got to do has to deal with making money. And if that ain't your goal, then clearly something's wrong with you. You know, you could feed starving people. You can push towards legislation that would end a lot of the corruption and whatnot. But that goes against being a capitalist. It's not putting money in your pocket. You got to have the money, because if you don't have the money, then you don't have the power. And if you don't have the power, then you can't do whatever you want to do. Money is power. Money is legally, money is speech. Money has more equal rights than the majority of the people in this country, because it's capitalist. That's it. So that's why people like me, it gets further put down, because progressive media is trying to hold on to what they got, because a lot of people are jumping progressive ships, and progressives aren't even bottom barrel least trying to help their own progressive people come up. So progressives aren't going to win. Can't. Slowly and surely, these little culture wars, they kind of make headway here and there, but when it comes down to brass tacks and all this other stuff, outright pure raw bone legislation is what you need. And without legislation, you're not going to get anything done. You're just not. You got to vote for the right people every single election. Look them up. You can go to the .gov sites and look them up. Look up the candidates in your area, and then you can go dig a little deeper in there. And just find out who's been donating. You can click on them, and I was doing that. Click on them and see what group is donated and who they've donated to. And when you see there's a bunch of Republicans donating to a Democrat, then you know full well as soon as that Democrat get in, they're gonna jump political ship. Just like one famous lady has. But there's not going to be any pushback, because she's now a Republican. And they protect their own. I don't know if you noticed that. They protect their hatred. They protect their lies. They protect that. Democrats, progressives don't protect their own at all. They let them flounder in the wind, solo. And that's just how it's going to end. Like water crashing on the sandy beach, dragging little sand pieces away, eroding the beach. Eventually, there's no beach, just like there'll be no progressives. Don't say I didn't warn you.